Hello everybody and welcome back to Resident Evil HD. Last video we finished up in the residence. We killed Plant 42 with science. We're reunited with Barry and Wesker and we got our helmet key. So with our final key we can now head back to the mansion and that is what we are going to do. I went ahead and I made a save and I made a couple of adjustments to my inventory.
This is Jill.
Does anybody hear me?
I hear you, Brad. Over.
Stars Alpha Team. Bravo Team. It doesn't matter. Respond. I repeat, this is Brad.
Brad? Brad!
This is Brad. If you can't answer me, somehow give me a sign.
Jill to Brad. Can you hear me? Brad! Brad! Shit. It's broken.
Ah, that's a shame. It appears our radio is still broken, but the good news is that Brad is still around. He's the helicopter pilot that dropped us off. So that kind of gives us a little bit of hope that maybe at some point we can get the hell out of here. I don't really know when, but some point. Make sure to have a weapon of some sort, because there are going to be some dogs. Ow. Speaking of which, assholes. Is there a third one? I swear to God there's a third one. No? Just two? Okay. I got mauled a little bit by that one, but that's alright. There were crows in this area the first time around, but apparently the dogs came in and ate the crows. So then you have those guys to deal with on your way back, which is never fun. Again, we're going to be going back to that area another point, so I would recommend killing those dogs as well so you don't have to deal with them. Ow! Avoid those snakes if possible, because if you get bitten too many times you will get poisoned. Luckily, it didn't poison me this time around. Probably took a little bit of a chunk out of my health though. And I've left a couple of inventory slots open because we are going to be getting a couple of more goodies from Barry. And I want to make sure that I'm able to pick those up. Oh, look at that. See? Barry knows how to treat a lady correctly. We've got a battery pack. We've got 2 more first aid sprays. I don't know where Barry keeps finding these, but I'm glad that he's helping us out. And then we've also got some shells for our grenade launcher. And if you read the memo on the wall here, use this thing to protect yourself from that bulletproof thing in chains. I went ahead and fixed that piece of crap door too, Barry. So that's good news. We now will have access to that door that is broken near the eastern side safe house. He will always fix that when you come back from the residence. Barry will fix it for Jill, and Wesker will fix it for Chris. And we have ourselves a new enemy! This is the Hunter. These things are a royal pain in the ass. Not only are they incredibly powerful, but they can instantly kill you by decapitating you. So, you know, that's just what we need. Be sure to avoid them if possible. If you see them charging at you, get out of the way quickly because that is their instant kill move. And you definitely want to use a weapon that has a bit more firepower, whether it's the shotgun or whether it's the grenade launcher, because they do take quite a few shells or bullets to take down. And they are much, much faster than a Crimson Head or a zombie as well, so definitely a huge threat from those guys. There are going to be a couple of ways that I'm going to go in order to avoid them, though. So there shouldn't be too much problem from them. There's a couple that are kind of unavoidable and that are kind of going to be in our way, but when possible, I'm going to avoid them as much as I possibly can. I'm going to go ahead and just rearrange my inventory a little bit here. How is my health looking? I'm actually fine, which is great. I'm going to keep an herb just in case. I have my shotgun, I've got my helmet key. I think what I'm going to do is actually switch out my shotgun for my grenade launcher and a couple of shells as well. What do I want to bring with me? Let's just bring regular grenade shells. That way I've got a weapon, I've got a healing item, and I have my helmet key, which of course we're going to need. So this is the door that Barry fixed. This is the one that each time you went through it, the doorknob would deteriorate. But you can see that the doorknob has been repaired. So we no longer have any sort of restrictions in where we can go in the mansion. Everything is pretty much fair game. We've got no broken doors. And we opened up every single door that we were able to open with our other 3 keys that we picked up earlier. So what I'm going to do now is go through the art gallery and go back to the main hall of the mansion. And just for fun, I think I'm going to go and change Jill's outfit, because that is, of course, of utmost importance. But I did kind of say when we unlocked the closet that I would be changing her outfit at some point, and we haven't really had a chance to do that yet, so we will go and do that, and then we will start using our helmet key. Because this will conveniently bring us not only to where our closet is, but there's also a door here that's red, because we haven't been able to open it, but we'll be opening that up with our key. So our closet is here, behind one of these paintings. And we've got a couple of different options. I think we're going to go with RE3 Jill, though, which is casual Jill, because I'm not really a fan of Army Jill, and we've seen BSAA Jill in Resident Evil 5 already, so I sort of like this outfit. It's a little more casual, like it's a little bit more difficult to take Jill seriously, I think, but it's kind of a nice outfit for her. I like it. Definitely changing up her style pretty significantly there. Let's use our helmet key on this door to start things off. We'll basically move from one side of the mansion to the other. Couple of goodies in this room. Over here we have a memo here. Nothing's changed. I never thought that this room I designed as an experiment would pay off like this. I can hide here safely for a while because nobody knows about the secret behind the painting, not even Sir Spencer. Painting of a mansion in the back of the art room, which is the closet. We know about it. Sir Spencer doesn't know about it, but we do. There's also some ink ribbons in that drawer. And then further on down the hall here, there is another door. More doors! So many doors. You can avoid that zombie completely because he is weak and slow. While you pick up the items, there is a dagger, a green herb, a planter of blue herbs if you got yourself poisoned, and then there is also this jewelry box. Now, we don't have the item that's necessary to open up the jewelry box at the moment, so we'll just have to hold on to that for the time being. That's all that was here. Now we can leave and move on. I think that's actually pretty much all that was on this entire side of the mansion. There's one door that is unopened, and we actually need a specific key for that door in particular. But everything else right now, we've either opened or can't open, or I'm gonna come back for later. So let's go to the western side of the mansion and have a look at how things are doing over here. Now going through this door is going to bring us into this hallway here, and this will allow us to go back to our safe room, or near our safe room rather. And this door on the left we haven't opened yet, so we'll go ahead and open that with the helmet key, and we'll collect a couple of more items. Although I don't know that I'll be able to fit them all in my inventory. Pick up what we can anyways. We've got some more grenade shells here. There is a dagger. And finally there is a memo on this table, which is mail to the Chief of Security, confidential mail. X day is drawing up on us. Execute the following procedure with 1 week. Prompt actions are demanded. Lure stars to the estate and obtain BOW's raw combat data against stars. Collect 2 embryos of each mutated specimens as samples, excluding the tyrant. Dispose of the tyrant. Ensure complete disposal of the Arclay laboratory, including all personnel and test animals. Disguise the deaths as an accident. When the above procedures are executed, report to headquarters for further instructions. If for some reason you are unable to execute the procedure by the deadline, report immediately. In case of emergency situations, report directly to the extension number 5691. Good luck, Umbrella Headquarters. Umbrella! Where have we heard that name before? Bunch of evil murdering bastards, those people are. Anywho. We are going to go ahead and solve this little puzzle here. With the lights on, what you can do is push these dressers up against the walls so that Jill can climb onto them. But I'm gonna have to finish this up later because I don't have enough inventory space to do what it is I need to do. Now everything interlocks pretty darn nicely because our other safe room is down here. And we can just dump off a couple of extra items that we don't need at this point in time. I could just use an herb to get rid of it, but I don't really want to do that because it reflects when you finish the game. It adds to the herb total that you've used. And it seems like a waste of an herb. Like, I really don't think that there's any possible way that I'm gonna be using all of these many herbs and healing items. But it's still really hard for me to bring myself to just use an herb for the sake of using one. You know what I mean? It seems like a waste. So sorry about that quick detour. We'll just go back to this room and finish up this puzzle real quick. Hopefully the dressers are where they were. Ah, damn it, they're not. I have to push them back. I should have known better. My mistake. That's okay, it only takes a couple of seconds to push these to where I want them to go. And you'll notice on the wall there is sort of like a hawk that's following us. And we'll need to be paying attention to that while we do this next sequence. Obviously when Jill moves, it's going to follow her around the room. If we close out the lights, we can see that there's a glowing piece of something in each of these stuffed heads. So we're actually going to need to collect these. Now, if the eagle sees you and you try to collect whatever's in the eye, it won't let you. It's attached to something and refuses to budge. So what you need to do is collect these without the eagle following and seeing you. So what you can do is walk right under it so it can't see you, and then grab each gemstone. If you go right under it, it's none the wiser to where you actually are. Not a particularly difficult puzzle, but it can be kind of frustrating if you don't really know to walk right under it, because it will catch up to you any other way. I think that's pretty much the only way to really sort of solve that puzzle. So for doing that, we get the red and we get the yellow gemstones. If you remember, much earlier on in the game, we got the blue gemstone, which we already used. And so the other two are going to come in handy, and we are going to be using those both very, very shortly. But we are running low on video time here, so I think this is a really good opportunity for me to stop and just gather my thoughts and think about what it is that we are going to do next. Hopefully you guys are excited to be back inside the Spencer Mansion. I know I am. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.